What's up guys, my name's Connor and today I have for you guys on the two-tone Rolex Skydweller reference number 326933. I'm going to be unboxing and trying it on, breaking down all the details. So if you guys do enjoy these kind of videos, make sure to like, subscribe buttons. It really does help out my channel, give my videos to more people. And also if you guys are looking to buy anything, sell anything, make sure to reach out to me on Instagram at Connor and I'll be happy to help you guys there. But with that said, let's get right into the review. Alright guys, just before I begin unboxing and whatnot, I want to go over a few details including the market value as well as the retail cost. The retail cost on this watch is going to be $18,300 and there is a decent waitlist on this watch as the market value on a brand new one is going to be somewhere around $24,000–$25,000 range. So there's definitely quite a bit of money to be made there, hence why the waitlist is so long and why a lot of people want to buy it, not just to wear it but especially to sell and make some money. And then taking a quick look at the box, obviously we have the gold crown right here. We're just gonna have the green oyster box. And then opening it right up, you guys will be able to see the watch as well as the tags. And also in the back, we're going to have the booklets right here. So I'll briefly go over the booklets. This is gonna be the Skydweller booklet. I'll briefly roll through it so you guys can just see. It's just gonna go over the functions of the watch in much more detail than I will in this video. But obviously I will cover as much as possible and mostly the stuff that you guys care to see. And then right here, we will have the card. You guys will see the reference right here, 326933. And then on the other side, we will have the warranty booklet, worldwide service right there. And then setting this stuff to the side, you guys will be able to see the Geneva tag right here. And then right here is what we call the serial tag. And then the actual watch, which is what you guys have obviously been waiting to see. So right here, you guys can see it is going to have the gold fluted bezel. It's gonna have the white dial with the luminescent hands and markers. It's gonna be the Oystersteel bracelet with the gold center links. And you guys can see we'll have the Oyster clasp right there. And yeah, it is a great looking watch, definitely one of my favorite Skydwellers around the $20,000 range. If I'm being completely honest, if you guys have a $50–$60 thousand budget, then I'd recommend going for the all gold or the all rose gold, as those are my two favorites as far as Skydwellers go. But as far as the $20–$25,000 range, this is definitely one of my favorites. And then taking a closer look at the watch, obviously we have the 42mm case. It's gonna have the fluted bezel, which is going to be gold. We're gonna have the Oystersteel and yellow gold bracelet right here, which I had already mentioned. If you guys look really closely at the back side right here, we do have some stickers originally from the purchase from the Rolex dealer. It's gonna have a screw down case back. The crown is going to be winding, meaning that you can pull it out once and you'll be able to wind it. You pull out again, you'll have the ability to change the date on the watch, and then you pull it out one more time and that will obviously allow you to change the time on the watch. And this watch is going to be waterproof, but how the water is first going to get into this watch is through the crown right here. So I always recommend when people ask me, oh, you can take it underwater? Yes, these watches are meant to be worn underwater. And Rolex obviously took all the precautions in the world to prevent any damage from that. But what you need to do is make sure that that crown is tightened in all the way, because that is the first place that is going to be getting in. But speaking of its waterproofness, it is going to be waterproof for 100 meters or 330 feet. So you guys have no issues wearing it while you're washing your hands, swimming in the pool, or even going in the ocean. And then also when we look at the face, we will see that it will have the sapphire crystal face, meaning that it's extremely scratch resistant. You guys really kind of have to be trying to scratch it if you guys are going to end up doing so, or really hit it on something hard. And then the Cyclops lens, obviously they call it a Cyclops lens because it's kind of like an eye on the watch, and it is going to be magnified. So sometimes people ask me like, oh, how can you authenticate Rolexes? That would be a multi-hour long video, but one of the things that you guys can check is to make sure that it is magnified and that the date is not the same size as, let's just say, the markers, for example. And then we are going to have a 72-hour power reserve, meaning that you guys can go 3 days without winding this watch and it will still hold the time perfectly, or at least it should. If it's not, then that means that it's time for a service. But if you guys take it off like I do, and I usually kind of switch between watches, and you guys go 3 or more days without wearing it, no problem at all. Pull it out once, wind it up. I recommend about 15 times. Pull it out again, change the date to whatever day it is, and then pull it out again. You change the time, no issues there. You guys can take care of that in 45 seconds. And the dial on this watch is going to be considered an intense white, and it's going to have luminescent hands and markers, meaning that if it's nighttime and it's dark out, you guys don't have to worry about not being able to read the time, as the markers in the hands will kind of light up. I wouldn't say light up, as even if you kind of put it against something, you guys won't see the light shining at all, but you guys will easily be able to read it, as it will kind of reflect off of it. So you guys are obviously able to see the time, track it, and not a lot of watches do that. Obviously a lot of Rolexes do, but that is some pretty new technology, and it does last a long time. I've had watches from way long ago when they first started adding the luminescent hands and markers, and they still don't give me any issues as far as seeing the time. But trying it on, obviously we have the Oyster bracelet right here. You guys can see the gold center links as well as the Oystersteel. We have the crown right there on the clasp. Turning it around, you guys will be able to see the gold fluted bezel, the intense white face. You guys, if you guys look really close, you guys can kind of see the luminescence right there already. It'll say Rolex on the dial with the crown on the top. And yeah, it's a great looking watch. My wrist is a little bit above average as far as size, so the 42mm really looks good on me in my opinion. But those of you guys who have smaller wrists, especially girls, I kind of would stay away from the 42mm, as it is going to look pretty big on you. But as far as guys, that's kind of what we like. It seems to be a trend, just wearing kind of like the biggest watches that you can see, especially when it comes to APs, Richard Milles, and all those. And also we got the crown right there, which again, you guys want to make sure is winded in all the time, especially when it's going to be getting wet. And yeah, it's a great looking watch in my opinion. As far as value on this watch, I tell you guys all the time, like Hulks, APs, like all of those are kind of shooting up in value. And these are going up as well, as the market is just crazy in the luxury watch industry right now, but these are not appreciating as fast as a lot of other watches. So if you love this watch and you want to buy it, feel free to go ahead. You're not going to lose any money right there. But if you guys are looking for a quick flip or expecting it to give you a $5,000 profit in the next 3 months, that is most likely not the case. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys are at this point, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comments. I try to respond to everybody. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video.